I'm Jarrett Sullivan, the Dungeon Master of Fables of Refuge. What I'm very excited about is that it's my world. It's also very, very stressful. I've never created a full campaign setting, a whole world, and the players are gonna help create that world with me. This is a narrative story that's being improvised and then set within rules. As the DM, I have a plot, I have some things that I want to happen, or I have a world I've built. I introduce story elements, but instead of knowing where the conclusion is, the players discover that on their own, and they'll surprise you left and right, diving into character arcs and crazy stressful time in battles. To have a D&D show exist is fairly incredible. I mean, it wasn't even something I would have thought anyone would do. And to have people watch people play a game, kid me would have never thought about it. Even like theater kid me, filmmaker me, I never thought people would want to even watch it. And that's proven to be not true. Well, the first time I found fantasy as a genre comes in the form of Disney film. Classic Disney with the fairy tales, Snow White, Pinocchio, any of those classics. The bigger exposure comes from reading The Hobbit as a kid. Bigger monsters and swords, magic, all the things that you really want to get into as a kid. And it just progressed from there. Books like Phantom Tollbooth, Many Waters, A Wizard of Earth, Dragonlance books, and then Lord of the Rings, and that really just blew the top off of. Bilbo doesn't have magic. He starts off as just a guy in a small world that gets taken on this adventure and to see all these things. And as a kid in a smaller town, that really shaped me as I want to do things. So when the opportunity comes, you take it. It was after the satanic panic of the 80s of D&D, but I grew up in the South, in the Bible Belt. If you brought up Dungeons and Dragons, devil worship was interlinked. Like there was no separation in the culture at the time. I really wanted to play a game where I could swing a sword, but I wasn't gonna play Dungeons and Dragons because we're not those types of nerds. No, we're gonna play the Star Wars D20 system. That experience, it was like suddenly having the game you always wanted to play in my imagination cooperatively with my friends. That immediately hooked me. And the next year we started playing 3.0 Dungeons and Dragons and never looked back. Because you want to get involved with the characters. There's secrets that just hook you. And there's stuff to find out that because there's a DM creating secrets and individual players who have created secrets from each other, but not the DM, that the DM's weaving, it's not gonna be formulaic. It's not traditional story structure. You can just get hooked into it with these players and what struggles they go through and where they end up. It's pretty incredible to have improv collaboration. It's that escape. It's okay, here's the world. And here's something that happened. Here's the inciting incident. What do you do? If you want to support what we do here, consider being a patron. Check out our Patreon. D&D has taught me how to do math very quickly in my head. That still cracks me up, how much simple addition is very difficult for people. And it is in every game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times you played. And you can roll a dice and be like, what's 8 plus 5? Like, it's 13, it's 13. Just get the 13, it's 13. You know, players get in that stressful situation where they roll the dice and they don't know if they're hitting a monster and their friend could die, or they really want this spell to work or whatever, so it's stressful, and then all that stress gets in the brain and dumps all those chemicals, and you're like, 2 plus 2,